God came into my room. Olivia was a young woman who lived alone with her dog, Max. She had adopted him a few years ago. She worked long hours in a downtown office. Didn't he have a lot of luxury, not a lot of smiles on his face? His greatest attribute? A tireless determination. Every day, after work, Olivia took the subway and, upon getting off, walked about 8 minutes to her home. This route made her quite worried, especially because she had to pass through deserted streets and also had to pass in front of a large park. Therefore, she always carried a tactical knife with her to defend herself in case something happened. Olivia's nights followed a simple routine. When she got home, she fed Max, also took the opportunity to eat, always light food, and then went to the balcony of her room upstairs. There, with a glass of wine in her hand, she relaxed, admiring the night sky, always seeming to reflect on deep things. One night, when she arrived home from work, as she approached her house, Olivia noticed something strange. The curtains on her bedroom window had moved as if someone was inside. She felt her body freeze with fear, and she stood still for a few seconds, trying to decide what to do. Max, as always, greeted her euphorically at the door, which reassured her a little. Even because your dog was apparently relaxed and happy, unlike when dogs act when they are suspicious. Maybe it was just the wind, she thought. With a mixture of fear and relief, Olivia entered the house, turned on the lights, and went upstairs. After checking every corner, holding her knife firmly in one hand, she confirmed that everything was in order. He served food to Max, ate a salad, and followed his usual routine. Around 2 in the morning, Olivia was woken up by Max's growls. The dog was staring at the porch door. Feeling a deep fear, she quickly got up, grabbed the knife she kept next to the bed, and headed to the balcony with the courage that only desperation can give. When she opened the door, she was surprised by a disturbing figure. A man about 2 meters tall, wearing strange hospital clothes. He pushed her inside and locked the door. The sudden push caused the knife to fly away, and a fundamental resource for Olivia's self-defense had been lost. Max, in an act of bravery, moved forward in an attempt to defend his owner, but was cruelly kicked by the man, which broke 2 of the poor animal's ribs, a fact that would only be discovered later, so he ran away injured. It was a small dog. His defensive instincts didn't match his small size, and nothing could be done. Olivia, in a state of shock and trembling with fear, hears the intruder order her to remain silent, threatening her with death if she reacts. He then starts to search the room looking for something, while Olivia desperately thinks of a way to escape. Soon she remembered her neighbor's roof, which was very close to her balcony. On impulse, Olivia took the action of running out with the intention of jumping onto the roof, but the man, noticing the movement, managed to intercept her, and he grabs her by the legs, throwing her to the floor with force, pulls her into the room again, and then locks the door once again. However, the mysterious man seemed to be more concerned about what he was looking for, so he simply resumed what he was doing. As well as being at a physical disadvantage, Olivia also had a speech disability, which prevented her from shouting for help. A few eternal minutes later, the man finally found what he was looking for. It was Olivia's underwear. He took as many as he could and put them in a backpack, then, with a disturbing smile, said the scariest sentence she had ever heard. "I am the last man you will ever see in your life." Desperate Olivia, on the verge of fainting and about to have a breakdown, remembers a moment from her childhood when she learned from her paternal grandmother that, in difficult times, when no one can help you, she should accept that there is a God who watches and guards her, and that if she believed, she would see his power over her life. Olivia never believed in the existence of a God, and despite being an ethical and kind person, she did not find meaning in the divine existence. But that, until that desperate moment, the man then begins to slowly come towards Olivia, and she, without having any choice, just kneels down covered in tears and says with difficulty, "God, if you exist, this is the time to show me your power." At that moment, to the surprise of both, the bedroom door slowly opens and, without any rational explanation, Olivia's dog appears at the door. The intruder suddenly appears very scared, as if he wants to redeem himself for what he had just done. Olivia, despite being scared, feels completely confused, as there was nothing but her puny injured dog there at the door. The intruder, in a fit of desperation, runs away as if he were about to be attacked by a large grizzly bear, simply passes through the door and throws himself from the second floor. Olivia walks away because she doesn't know exactly what was happening, goes towards Max and picks him up, runs downstairs and locks herself in the bathroom downstairs. About 4 minutes later, Olivia had a few police cars arrive and park in front of her house. Some neighbors had called the police when they noticed something strange in the house of the most discreet neighbor on the street. Soon, police officers instruct her to leave where she was and control the entire situation. Olivia, still very scared, starts trying to explain to the police while they try to calm her down. Later, at the hospital, accompanied by nurses and 2 police investigators, Olivia discovers that the man who had broken into her home was a very dangerous patient from a psychiatric ward who somehow managed to bypass security and walk out the front door from the hospital in the neighboring municipality, and that at that moment, due to the fall, he had died in an ambulance. Olivia, still in the hospital, under the care of the nurses, gave a statement to the investigators with the help of a friend from work who, as soon as she found out, came to visit her in the hospital. 3 days after that traumatic event, Olivia was staying at her friend Maria's house. She reflected on everything more calmly and realized what she hadn't yet realized. She experienced a miracle, which until then was a complete mystery to her. But Olivia would still hear something from her own friend that would change her life forever. When they were talking about what happened, Maria told Olivia what she had heard from one of the nurses on the day of the incident. "The strangest thing, my friend, is that that monster said to one of the paramedics before he died, 'I jumped because a very big man opened the door to that room and said that I would regret having scared his daughter.' He said he was scared, and he kept repeating over and over so they wouldn't let him find him. Then he went into cardiac arrest and died. That monster must have been in a psychotic episode on top of everything else," Maria concludes. After seconds of shock, Olivia remembers the simple prayer she had said on that occasion, and everything starts to make sense. She realizes that someone she didn't see introduced himself as her father and saved her from that frightening situation. Olivia, after this event, completely changed her way of seeing the world and became a great spiritualist, and it couldn't be any different, as she had one of the greatest proofs of the existence of God, as she herself usually defines it. Olivia moved to another city and now has a good husband and only one son. Everything in Olivia's life changed, but what she experienced never left her mind. This incident occurred in the municipality of Sarandi, in the state of Parana, Brazil, in the year 1997. The story became known in that city and in the local media as Sarandi Guardian Dog, but if you asked Olivia herself, she would say that was the day that God himself saved her.